guys, so I've been promising to show you guys what's going on with the greenhouse for a while now. Haven't yet. So I'm gonna finally do that. You guys saw the pictures, but we took 3 10 by 20 greenhouses and screwed them all together. And then we ran metal roofing down the side that we had left over from the house. And we just put wood boards that we had kicking around halfway up on both ends. This one opens and closes so we can get in and out. So on the inside, we finally have some stuff going on in here. So the peppers and tomatoes were kind of like a quick, we need to get them in the ground. We started them too early. And now, waiting for Paul to excuse himself and his loudness. So anyways, the tomatoes and the peppers were a hurry up and get them in the ground. We started them too early. They were getting leggy. They weren't happy indoors anymore. So instead of taking the time to make the beds, fill the beds completely up, we took all the old tires that we have kicking around everywhere around here, and we planted the tomatoes and peppers into those tires. So what we have started for peppers is we have just sweet bell peppers started. We've got all the different colors: green, orange, yellow. So those are already really well started. I'm really excited about those. And they're taking to the greenhouse really nicely. This is going to be their second night out here. And the tomatoes, now what you see for tomatoes, see, we've already got a bunch in here. And that's that's probably about 2/3 of them. We still have a whole bunch that we need to go in tomorrow. We have to get more tires out here. Paul's going to fill them with dirt. And then I'll come out probably when I get home from work and put them in if he didn't get the chance to. But the tomatoes we have started is we have 3 different types of cherry tomatoes started. We have red currant, we have super sweet 100s, and I believe yellow pear is the other one. And those guys are taken to the soil really well out here. For customers that might be wondering, the dirt we use is right out of the cow pasture. We scrape the cow pasture every spring. And so we kind of have piles of cow manure and dirt just sitting around composting all the time. And we typically, always have 1 or 2 that's just turned into really nice soil. And then the big variety of tomato that we have started, I'm gonna probably start a few more, but my favorite big variety of tomato is the black crim. So that's what we started, and they look wonderful. They're coming along really well. As you can see, we have more in there. See how they're getting leggy? They really need to go in the ground. They need that full sun out here in the greenhouse. So those will go in tomorrow. So that's how we're doing peppers and tomatoes. I just started banana peppers and paprika peppers from seed. So those will be transplanted in a few weeks. So everything's doing nicely out here. This is the broccoli, our super leggy broccoli that needs to go in the ground as well. The broccoli, so now we're out of the first 20-foot section where the tomatoes and peppers will be. The second section will be broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, and something else. I'm not sure what else we're going to put in here yet. But with 20 feet, we figure we can fit easily 4 different varieties of whatever in here to get started to have early production. So the broccoli is already really well started, so that'll go in. We'll have broccoli way sooner than your typical, main growth season. So these will have raised beds running along either side, kind of like in the back there. And that's where we'll put that stuff. And that's what the middle greenhouse will be for. And as you can see up top here, we've kind of utilized the fact that you can hang lightweight stuff from the top, and we've moved our cucumber plants out here. We're kind of seeing what they do in those pots. A lot of experimenting going on this year. So the back of the greenhouse, I already have lots of rows started. I'll show you guys again when those start peeking out of the soil. But this side, this raised bed, is going to be greens. So we have collards, Swiss chard, arugula, and lacinato kale. All started by seed a couple days ago. And then we have regular kale that is doing really well out here. This is on their 3rd or 4th day out here, and it's starting to perk up some more. So that stuff's already pre-started, and that was transplanted out here. And then I've got 3 other types of lettuce that I need to put from the kale down to the end here. And those lettuces and the arugula will make up our salad mixes that were super popular last year. So we'll do those again. We have a couple different types of red leaf lettuce. We have a couple different types of green leaf lettuce. And we'll mix them all up into different bags, different varieties, and let you guys go at it. So over here, we were gonna do another green side over here and alternate them, so we always had something growing. However, Paul's celery is out of control, so it needs to be tied up now that it's in the ground, but it needed to go out here where it could get full sun and it could be tied up and start growing the correct way. But it's growing very well. So that's this is an experimental thing for us. This is our first year doing celery. Hopefully it works out well. So far it's been doing great. It's healthy, pretty. So, and that's about, oh gosh, that's about half of it. He's still got to fill the rest of it. So I think the rest of this, I'm gonna start some green beans. At some point this week, we're going to fill this in with dirt, and I'm going to start some green beans, because green beans have been one of those things that everybody's like, oh, you're going to have green beans, right? Well, so we'll start those now out here so that we'll have them within a couple of months for you guys. Okay, the back. So the heating situation right now is super temporary. This is super pricey, super expensive to deal with, but we only have a few more weeks to go. A couple nights a week that we have to turn this on. We're just using a furnace out of a mobile home. Gotta do what we gotta do. Plants needed to get in the ground, but it keeps it nice and warm in here. It's about $10 a night to run it. So fortunately, we're almost out of that needing heat in the greenhouse range. Thank goodness. So that's about it for the greenhouse. If you guys have questions, drop them in the comments below. If you have questions about product, feel free to ask us. We are trying to get this stuff going as quickly as possible so that you guys have vegetables available to you locally as quickly as possible. And so we are super excited about that. I think this will work well. However, I think we're going to need a couple more, probably 3 more set up parallel to this one, because this is a lot of space. Yep, 60 feet is a lot of space, but when you are trying to produce for customers and farm stand and trying to preserve for your own family. 60 feet is not a lot of space. So that is it for the greenhouse for now. I will show you guys as we keep adding stuff to it. And don't forget the food drive that we're doing right now. The Vasbro Food Pantry is trying super hard to keep up with the needs being, it's a little crazy right now. People are needing more than usual. So drop off product here anytime. Drop questions if you have them below. I hope everybody enjoyed the beautiful day. Drop ideas if you have them below, because we're still trying to figure out this whole, oh my god, yay, we have a greenhouse thing. So